So, when is a good time to ship? This is a question I've asked myself for many years, and now that I'm a solo entrepreneur, it's kind of been harder than ever after leaving Apple. And the reason is because craftsmanship is actually done daily. And a lot of times when you're working on software, especially if you come from a larger company and there's like hundreds of millions of users, I got caught in the trap of trying to make software for that scale, even though I'm working by myself. And so the thing that I have to overcome now is it's okay to put out software and just let a handful of people use it and just give me feedback so that way I can continue to improve my process. I've also had to give myself permission to be okay to ship something that's earlier than what I'm mostly comfortable with. And what I'm starting to realize here is that this is actually a big advantage. And it's a big advantage in different ways because I have to rewire my thinking of what it means to have a Bard ship software. And if I'm serving a small group of people, these people are probably the most interested in having this problem solved. And it's really interesting because if the problem is extremely helpful for them and it's not the most optimal solution, they will still actually exchange money for it. And that's actually really, really cool. And that just allows me to get that nice, good feeling of producing some good quality software or something that's out there and work towards that quality. And I think what I'm starting to understand is having an intent to do something and put something out to the world to do this type of thing is actually really rewarding. And it's more than what money is exchanged in a lot of ways. And this is kind of why I'm really excited, because I don't think this is talked about very much. And this is why I'm really wanting to share a little bit of my thinking here. And the app that I'm really thinking about is this new app called SayRay. And I'll just show you it right now. So this is the app. It's not really perfect. I think I was making this on a live stream. And so what's cool about it is that when I'm speaking, all the words just literally show up right here. And I was thinking, oh, I have to add all these other features and do these different things. And then, my friends that I've shown, they said, hey, I'd like it if you could even make it bigger. So that way, when I'm having a conversation, I could just see everything live. And I realized that, oh, wow, I should add other features too and do different things. And it's really tempting to just keep adding features more and more and more to this. But I have not even shipped this app to the App Store yet. I've had this sitting on me for about a month, thinking I had to have the perfect plan, I had to go do research, and I had to figure out what my competitors were doing and seeing what they're charging, and then I had to look and see what is the actual scheme that they're using for in-app purchases, and are they doing weekly, what's those costs? And I realized that in that period of time, Apple is getting ready to ship this next version of software in the new iOS 27. And the stuff that I'm using here is no longer going to require for me to talk to some server out there in the world. This can actually be done without an internet connection. So, si hablo en español, también va a trabajar cuando estoy hablando en español. So, every language that I could speak, could be done and translated here in real time. And this is part of Apple's new foundation models. And this is kind of why I'm super interested in just charging one flat rate for this type of thing, because if I no longer have to talk to a server, then I don't have to pay all those costs. And then you win because now you have something that works with you. And what my thinking is oh, why don't I just make this now for psychologists and people who work in medicine and kind of pivot to that and kind of do the branding around that. And by the time I get around to doing that, that means I don't ship yet another piece of software. So what I'm going to do, and my goal next, is to take this working prototype, literally working prototype, and actually just ship it to the App Store. And I'm just going to charge $5. And if people don't buy, heck, what happens? I don't know. Maybe I could do a discount for the initial launch, right? So the discount could be 50% off and you just pay, $2.50 or something like that. And so there you go. You can have this app and you can start using it. And I think this could be a fun way to actually interact with notes. And there's also a translation feature that I started to work on, because if I'm somewhere and I want to speak English and then I want to listen it back in Spanish, you can hear that too. So this is also capable, and this is actually built into the app, and it's part of the whole streaming thing. And this right now requires talking to the internet. And I think what I could do is just kind of dumb it down and make it so it's less so. But I need to ship this app, and I think this is where I'm at right now. This is just the current update. I wanted to give you the latest update of what's going on. I'm trying to vlog every single day and showing you where I'm at with this piece of software. A lot of what's actually happening now is just me mentally getting in my own way. And I don't know what it is about this whole process, but I'm just talking to you, the camera, and I'm hoping that, 180 days from now, I'll make a complete shift with my whole way of thinking. So I'm giving myself 180 days to literally just do a 180 and start looking in another direction. And I think that's all it takes, is just showing up every day to talk on camera and show you what I'm working on, what the current progress is. And it's really funny because this is just one app of many that I'm going to be shipping. And I just have to get this thing out the door and learn from it and just take your feedback and continue to improve upon it. So I'm going to be proud of myself for doing this. It sounds really weird, but I have to do it. And I think this is part of a movement where I don't want to charge for subscriptions anymore. I have apps and utilities for things now that I can spin up pretty quickly. And if other people can benefit from it and it costs you a cup of coffee and you keep it forever and it works forever, I think that's a really awesome exchange. So if you're into that, definitely check out the channel a little bit more. I'm going to be talking through my journey and through this whole process of shipping apps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.